Hey guys, it's Dreamer. I am watching the Mehira video for the first time and I thought I would record it and just let you know my initial thoughts, my comments on the hero, where I think she may fit in terms of AFK stages, because I'm guessing she's going to be AFK stages given she'll charm people. And yeah, we'll have a little watch.
Let's celebrate. Just you and me.
Now you're talking!
Okay, right off the bat, she's a mage. I think she's going to end up replacing Lucy. That's my speculation. Calling it from here, my speculation is she won't replace Iron, she'll end up replacing Lucy. But I could be completely wrong. Like I said, I haven't watched this, so... She has a range of 3, which is the same as Lucy. She has a range of 3, I think. And I think Lily May, Taylene, and for some reason Rowan also have a range of 3. So, instantly, also thinking about phase 2 and equipment, and I'm guessing once again, this is purely speculation, I haven't watched the full thing. Equipment in phase 1 was a big deal for rogues and supports because of the damage and the effects that they had. It's never been so much on like a mage, and I don't think Mehira is going to be a damage dealer. That's something to keep in the back of your mind. If Mehira's damage output is substantial, then we may end up having to juggle, instead of like a weapon and gloves, and I can't remember the third item, but the 3 items that we juggle at the moment for attack power, we may end up having to juggle 9 instead of 6. So it may be that we have to factor in mage somewhere. That's what I'm trying to say here, but I hope not. I hope that she is just CC and we don't have to worry about that, but let's see.
Wait a sec. This smells like one of your little games, Mehira. Always digging inside people's heads, making them lose themselves in twisted desires. Nice try, but I'm not.
Okay, so as we thought, she synergizes, or sorry, she specializes in AFK stages, which seems pretty obvious. I mean, she's gonna most likely charm some enemy. I'm curious if her charm, and like I said, we'll find out in a second, is ultimate based. I speculated a while ago that she'd have a skill that charms at the start of a battle in some shape or format. And that would directly counter Dunlinger. And the reason that they may want to do that from an AFK stage point of view is to reintroduce Dunlinger, because he's not been around for like a phase and a half, bless him. So maybe this is kind of helping with that. And just looking at who she synergizes with, she synergizes well with Siren. And reading between the lines there, she'll play really well with a Lucia. If you obviously know the Phantomals for the Celestial Hypogeans, in phase 2 we'll be unlocking a Lucia's Black Hole ability. In fact, I'm just gonna bring it up on screen, so bear with me for 1 second. So this is Spirit Mark Singularity. Like I said, it's similar to Siren. It hasn't got an execute on it, but it spawns a black hole. And it's for every 4 tiles the hero moves. It immobilizes them for 3 seconds. It can only trigger once every 8 seconds. So it's affected by haste. So I'm intrigued, let's say you put this on Mehira, if Mehira somehow gives herself haste, or if she's just going to benefit like crazy from things like twins, or, you know, there are artifacts like Divine Favor. There's the Star Bless spell that's also pretty good. So yeah, kind of interested to see more.
Biting. You with me, Boom Boom? Boom Boom? Oh,
And just to talk over a Kulu voice actor, I can see that Carolina... Oh, here we go. I'll finish what I was thinking. Carolina and Arden are both going to get ridiculously mad energy gains from her charm effects, because if she's going to charm the entire team, yeah, both of those heroes are going to go off like massive amounts, so I can see that. Something that did catch my eye a second ago, and it's really vexing me, so I'm just going to go back, and I'm doing this completely raw. I'd rather do this raw and listen to, you guys listen to the way that I look at these sorts of things. I just realized it says provided by AFK Journey Twilight Guide Team. Who are they? Like, can they provide us some guides on how to beat like Flame Wardens? Can they come up with some comps for like AFK stages that are preset for like new players so that they can get an idea as to what to deploy? Like if they've got an internal Twilight guide team or whatever, surely this guide team, anyway, I'm going off mark, but I'm really taken back by this. This must be in every video and I've just never realized it. Anyway, we were about here.
Can really do. When Mehira unleashes her ultimate, she marks a target area with her kiss, striking all enemies within it multiple times. Those hit by the last strike will be charmed for a short period of time. Many?
Okay, so it looks like she has at least one charm that's ultimate based. So far my speculation of it being a skill based is pretty down the toilet, but we'll see if I see if anything changes. It obviously looks like Iron spell here. It obviously looks like how you can kind of do the Iron Whirlwind, which is kind of cool. So maybe Theodore Mehira, if she hasn't got some weird skill effect, could be good. But right now she doesn't look like Iron 2.0, but we'll see. It also doesn't look like it's a super long duration. It looked like it was about 2 seconds, which isn't a great deal, if I'm honest. So I'm expecting her to have some either amazing single target one or some AoE spell one. So, or AoE skill one, I should say. So anyway, let's continue. And for all intents and purposes, this looks like it is her damage ability. And obviously we don't know the scaling of these mobs, so we don't know how heavy hitting this really will be. But you could speculate that this is where she'll get a ton of her damage from.
Time. Many have fallen for that kiss, chasing after the empty bliss it leaves behind. And Mehira takes immense pleasure in that. When she cracks her whip, she lashes out at everyone in front of her.
Oh, there's
friend
HP
or
loss.
foe. Each
That's kind of
time
interesting.
she inflicts some health loss. If she hits an ally, though, she also gives them a temporary haste boost as
Ooh.
compensation.
Okay.
Mehira
Okay, I really like this. This is cool. So her positioning is suddenly really important. Like giving haste to... Obviously in this image or in this video, there's Foresto clone and Foresto. If this was Saida and Baelren, just using 2 examples, or even Theodore, they are all really, really benefiting from haste so far this season. You look at, there's been a few stages where we've been utilizing Hypogean to directly increase Theodore's haste so that he cycles his knockdown quicker. She effectively could replace Hypogean in that situation and do way more. In addition to that, we have the likes of Faramore, who really, really loves haste to cycle his hits for his ult. And once again, we utilize Hypogean in some stages, whereas now we can maybe utilize Mehira. So, yeah, really, really strong. Really, really strong. I really like this.
reads people like an open book and knows exactly what they want even before they do. And rumor has it, her charms go even further. She can conjure
Okay,
an
so here's the skill. This is what I expected. So this is something that can't be countered by Dunlinger. It's obviously not at the start of battle, which sucks. It's really, I mean, it's really, really, really good. How long does it last? It started at what, like 114?
She can conjure an illusion to bewitch every enemy on the battlefield.
So like 4 seconds. A 4 second, like 4, maybe 5 seconds, depending on minute timing, whatever. I mean, that's really strong. I love the animation, by the way. This animation is really cool. But the skill itself, amazing. So she roughly has a 2-second charm for her ult, which comes with a portion of damage. And then she has a 4-second charm, which is her skill. And this could realistically, and why I sounded out at the start of the video, I think she's more likely a Lucy replacement than a Iron replacement, from what I've seen so far.
Once they're under her spell, they'll throw themselves at her illusion like moths to a flame. When a
Oh,
battle
okay.
starts,
Would have been good if I just let it go for a bit longer, wouldn't it? Well, there's the battle start one. Okay, this is cool. This is what I thought may happen, which is really important. The first question will be, does this impact unaffected units? Like, does this bypass? I don't know the ins and outs of charm. I think there's one hero in the game that has charm so far, and that's Citrana. I don't know if it goes past or bypasses unaffected. I know that Citrana has some weird stuff, which is like, it says after her charm that it can only impact, or it only impacts normal attacks, or they can only do normal attacks. So I'm wondering if that's specifically attached to Citrana, and Mehira will allow everything, or whether it is just a be-all, end-all of charm. I really like this. I have a really bad take, and I think a lot of people probably wouldn't agree with what I'm going to say, which is fine. It is my take, and it's my thing, and I'll explain what it is. And I really, really don't like Iron. I think he's been in this situation where he's been an over-reliant hero for so long. Stages are built around wilder AoE in a majority of ways. And like the first hero you add when you see, like, unless you're looking at unaffected heroes, the first hero that you tend to add is Iron. And I don't like that. I think it trends out to be an over-reliance on one specific hero that is hard to build. Like, as a new player to the game, you need to get Iron to Mythic Plus, and yes, you can be really lucky and you can pull copies really, really quickly. And I think now in Clash Fronts you can target buy an S copy of him, which is really good. If this is purely based on a skill, and this skill should be available at one copy, it means that Mehira, and this is my segue, Mehira could replace Iron for new players and existing players at just one copy. And she could be a one copy wonder, which would be an absolute steal. So yeah, I really like this. I think this type of effect was needed. I was saying the other day to a friend of mine that I think a ranged Iron would be really good. And he was like, well, Siren exists. And I was like, no, I get that, but another alternative. And once again, it seems, having read the Phantomals, Lucia is going to be bonkers nuts broken in phase 3, potentially phase 2, and Mehira is now nearly a staple, which is one of the 3 that you need. You're probably going to end up running Saida.
She'll summon her illusion on a symmetrical tile across from where she stands. Mehira knows that people will throw their lives down for her. With that kind of magical charm, she's never in short supply of loyal familiars. At the start of battle, she summons several familiars to surround her. Every so often...
I was really confused for a second. I was pausing, I literally was about to pause and say, what on earth are they talking about? And then I've realized they're talking about these bats that are flying around her. Okay. Ignore me.
Attack enemies. If Mehira takes a hit that drops her health below a certain level, she'll sacrifice one of her familiars to nullify that
Another
damage.
lifesaver mechanic in the game. Yeah, okay.
For a period of time and recovers a portion of her max health. Looks like those familiars are more than happy to die for their mistress. No wonder people say she's one of the toughest Hypogeans to deal with.
I mean, she looks really cool. She was always going to look really cool. A lot of people like her in AFK Arena. I've not played AFK Arena, but she looks really cool. I watched there's like an anime 7-minute video of her and another hero. I think it's like the daughter of Bantus or something like that, where they're flirting in a village the other night, and it was funny. It was good. I recommend it. It was interesting.
And shield, striking down enemies, and even throwing their lives away to keep her standing. Mehira does it all. Damage, control, buffs, healing. She's effective in almost any...
Okay, so team synergy. As we head into phase 2, thinking out loud, yeah, I think that she will naturally, Mehira, we're talking about here, will naturally take, or at least rotate with Lucy and Iron. I think there may be some like rock, paper, scissors style action that goes on where you go, this map needs Lucy, Iron, and this map needs Mehira, Lucy, and this one needs Iron, Mehira. I think we'll see something like that. She will likely be really good with Tassie. Tassie obviously wants the heroes to be clumped up as much as possible, and if we're cycling through ultimate skill, and we're getting constant charms, Tassie will naturally really enjoy that. And Tassie normally appears later on in phase 2. And I'm just using last season as an example and the season before. And phase 3, Tassie will really start to come on when we get the big boy charms. So then again, like looking once again into the short past, there was a team in phase 3 of last season that was Siren, Tassie, Twins, Thador, Valara. That's 5? Yeah, that's 5. So you just instantly take out Siren and you add in Mehira, and you've got far more control, maybe a little bit less damage, to be fair, depending on how much damage Mehira does. It doesn't look like she's going to do a great deal, but yeah, interesting. Obviously, her charm is going to be her main draw. The fact that she provides haste, just to re-highlight, is nuts. Maybe I overvalue haste. I think I overvalue haste personally. I've always thought haste is a really good stat. But haste on like Saida gets her to a whisper quicker. Haste on Baelren means that he just cycles his knockdown quicker. Both of those sounds absolutely nuts. If you have her with Tassie, she's going to cycle Tassie quicker. Yeah. Interesting. I'm interested to see where she ends up.
Situation. Her illusion keeps the entire enemy team under control, making it easy to set up combos when paired with other control heroes. When an enemy falls under her control, AoE damage dealers can jump in to deliver devastating damage. And those loyal familiars will be at her side, aiding her attacks and shielding her from fatal blows. Honestly, you don't get how dangerous Mehira really is until you felt her charm for yourself.
It doesn't look like the enemy is very strong. Athalia literally just nearly one-shot the sun.
Rolling over Mehira like some lovesick puppy. You go run into her again, I'll blast some sense into you. And hey, you're technically a familiar too. Maybe I should sacrifice you like Mehira does hers. How'd you like that?
Okay. Overall, I really like her. I think she's really cool. I think her design's cool. Her damage doesn't seem crazy high, which, to be fair, isn't what we expect for a Giga Control hero. Once again, look at Lucy. Lucy's damage isn't exactly sky high. My main takeaway is that she could be a one-copy wonder, similar to Kulu, which means that she'll have very good use at a very limited investment, which is obviously really good for your free-to-play or mid-spenders. I think she'll likely take or change in slot with Iron or Lucy. So that'd be cool to see, kind of like a little roundabout. We obviously don't know her Dura's magic charm effect. There are a few that she could potentially have, and it's probably not worth speculating. But just off the top of my mind, if she has the same charms as Lucy, she would be great. Honestly, it's the same one as Kulu, and I think Kulu's charms are absolutely bonkers nuts. She could also have something similar to Miriel, which Miriel's charm, if you don't know, is increased energy recovery. And then there's like a splash ability, like a splash amount of damage when she casts her ultimate. So if they want to give Mehira more damage, like let's say she hasn't got enough damage in her kit, they could give her Miriel's charm, but once again, I don't think there's much point speculating. We'll find out in the middle of the week. There are still a few extra things just that I would like clarification on, and we'll get it very soon on the Pioneer server. One is the charm ability itself. Is it going to follow Satrana and only be normal attacks? Or is it going to be that we can steal Cryonia or Diurnal or one of these big ultimate heroes and suddenly use their ultimate on the enemy team? Because if we can, that is absolutely insane. And it will add a whole nother layer of manual sweatiness to stages, and I'm all here for it. I say I'm all here for it. I won't be on the day, but right now I am. The other piece is, can we use her to counter statues and flame wardens? This game is crying out for an effective counter to both of those enemies, and we don't have one. And if she is that counter, once again, I'm all game for it. I'm here for it. Because I think for all intents and purposes, she's going to be a 1-copy wonder for her skill. And if you can bypass those enemies at 1 copy of this hero, amazing. Once again, I'm all here for it. If she doesn't, that's a big gap that the developers still need to answer for. But that's not her problem then. Will her damage be enough to influence the way in which we build equipment? I mean, in terms of when we're going through the stages and we're getting the boxes, is it going to be meaningful enough to me to go, okay, I need to rotate in the mage weapon? If it is, well, bring on the juggling, and if it isn't, then that's fine. I personally think right now it won't be, and I think she'll be more like Lucy. But yeah, 30th October, she arrives, day before Halloween. I look forward to Phase 2. I think Phase 2 is the 2nd or the 3rd of November, one of the two. I'll be doing a, if I'm up for it and I haven't chickened out and lost my confidence, I'm going to do a YouTube stream of day 1 of Phase 2 so that you guys can come hang out, laugh at my awful manual skills, ask me some questions, hang out with me in the chat, all the rest of it. But yeah, until then, I'll probably put up a video or two maybe on how to improve your manual abilities or something along those lines. Maybe I'll talk about equipment, or actually maybe I'll talk about Apex Stages. And on that note, if you're currently grinding away in AFK Stages, Apex Stages, I wish you the best of luck. I know that they're frustrating. The one thing that I can give you is the vote of confidence that the buff this season seems more meaningful. So wait a few days, come back to it. I'm sure you'll be able to continue to push. Just keep grinding away. There's an ore bundle at 800. I know that's a big incentive to some people. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Mehira. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your comments on her. If you think that she's cool design-wise, ability-wise. If you're going to pull her. If you think you're just going to keep her at 1 copy, or whether you're going to go, you know, bonkers and pull her to Paragon 4. I'm guessing I'll take her to S+. Maybe I'll Paragon to her, just because, why not? I think she's really cool design-wise. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. If you've made it this far, thanks for listening to my ramble. And yeah, peace out. See you later.